We're dealing with allergies today, in which the immune system recognizes the antigen marker on something, creates antibodies that create a hypersensitivity to things that you need, foods, different things, to remove those things from your life. Then you go to an allergist with one allergy, and you walk out with 50 more to go with it. What you avoid in an allergy, what you avoid will become an allergy to you. We'll get into peanuts later today, because your immune system needs to know your enemy. That'll almost teach. You need to know your enemy. So when it says, be not ignorant of Satan's devices, I'm going to show you how the devil does it. And I'm going to show you from science how he does it. Since we know fear is a spirit, we proved that from Job, did we not? It's not just a psychological mindset. God did not create you fearful beings. When Adam and Eve ate of the fruit of the tree, their eyes were opened, and everything that was evil flooded them, that they had not been taught. They immediately, when they disobeyed God's word, the Garden Bible was huge. It was one verse long. Now we have 66 books. Whew, this is work. But that Garden Bible was, see that tree over there? Don't eat of the fruit. Period. Satan came and tempted Eve, changed God's word, said God was lying. She took the fruit, gave it to her husband, agreed, they ate, and we're here because of it. The first thing that came into Adam and Eve was fear, guilt, and shame. They went and hid from God. They felt the shame because they were naked, and they had guilt. Fear, guilt, and shame are three of the largest principalities that serve Satan in the earth today. They're not roving emotions. They're spirits by their fallen nature that want to live vicariously through us, but need our permission. Church doesn't understand temptation a bit anymore. They don't understand that thought that comes to them like an emotion is really an evil spirit that's trying to influence them. They're not taught that in Christianity anymore. They're taught they're free of that. So then as Christians, you no longer are able to be tempted, right? Tell that to Jesus. Because Jesus was tempted in all points, such as who? Such as who? Such as who? Whose we are. Us'ns, we'ns, you'ns. So, let's be honest. So what's this got to do with allergies? A lot. This probably is going to fit into the psychogenic form. We dealt with traditional allergies that would appear in an IgE RAS test this morning as teaching. But now we're into the field called psychogenic, or hypersensitive reactions that follow phobic thinking. Fear releases something called cortisol. Now, cortisol is important in fight or flight. It's a natural steroid the body makes. And it has this function, but not as a leaky faucet. And so if you have fear, you're going to have a cortisol drip. And that cortisol drip has a planned event. The first thing that cortisol does, like a leaky faucet, drip, 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 because fear releases cortisol. It affects your immune system at the marrow level. And the first thing that cortisol does, it produces cell death of your white corpuscles, your macrophages, your killer cells, your T cells. That part that God created to protect you is being destroyed by fear. Now, the type of fear we're dealing with isn't fear of spiders. The type of fear we're dealing with is relationship problems. 1 John 4:18. 80% of the disorders that I deal with are relationship problems beginning in childhood. Filters down in through childhood into school systems, into families, into marriages, into churches. Our biggest problem is that we're afraid of each other because we've not learned how to love and forgive. It's a pecking order. We're full of dents from people pecking at us in their fears, usually to drive us away because they don't want to receive love either. 80% of all disorders that I deal with are rooted in a breakup relationship with God, the person with himself, and the person with others. This chart is right here. Right out of science, folks. This is what your doctors learn. So how come your doctors learn this? They don't know how to help you. I have no idea. I have no idea. I guess we become specialists, we forgot the whole picture. What happens when you have a compromised immune system? When a person comes to me with allergies, how many allergies did they have? I'm usually talking about psychogenic allergies. How many allergies they have tells me how much their immune system is compromised. Many people coming to us with MCSCI, which should have a 2,000 count of white corpuscles, would have maybe 700. What took it from 2,000 to 700? Fear. But if you go and you have a compromised immune system, and you go to somebody with a compromised immune system, they don't talk to you about your fear that destroyed your immune system. They try to put you on a regimen of vitamins and herbs and supplements and food and nutrition to build up your immune system. It wasn't a food nutrition problem to begin with. It was a fear problem to begin with. And for all the foods you eat and all the supplements and the thousands and tens of thousands of dollars that you spend trying to build that immune system up, fear's going to destroy all the building blocks and you're no further ahead. I've been around the EI community for over 20 years. I know what I'm talking about. They're bewitched by fear. And the practitioners are going to reinforce it by giving them more fear and charge you for giving you more fear. Come on now, I'm not being insensitive to practitioners. I'm saying, why are you doing something that's not working? You're creating prison houses for people. That's not from God. God's not going to create prison houses for you. He's going to create a place of freedom for you. It's your birthright. He who the Son sets free is free indeed. Why don't we go for that? Oh, sounds good to me too.